Hey, good afternoon. This is Omar, Vegan Bachelor Father Oats, Brother Broccoli, Honorary Hood Motivator. I'm talking today about, this is also a segment for my $10,000 in 30 days challenge. I'm talking today about why is it that I don't really see for myself what I see in others. And it's a bit hard for me to actually go and do the things that I tell other people to do. I was telling people in my group that we should monetize what it is that we do. Take what we have and put it into CD format, audio format, or book format, and sell it at any place where we make presentations, any place that we meet people, any place that we making sales calls, or those type of things. And I haven't done it for myself. And it's easy for me it's easy when you look at other people and you can tell them like, yeah, all you gotta do is this and do that. But when it comes to for yourself, man, it's like it's a stumbling block, you know? And I often ask myself like, yo, is it that I don't feel worthy? You know, even in this challenge, this like, yo, we trying to make ourselves into millionaires, future millionaires. And it's like, yo, I got to deal with, do I feel worthy of that? Do I feel like I'm that kind of person? And I'm entering a stage of like friction where I'm getting a bit angry. I'm getting angry with myself. I get angry when I hear people putting limits on themselves, you know, and it's really because I see in them what I see, what's inside of myself, that I got limits on myself that's only placed on there by me. And it's rough, man, but I see so much that I could be doing, you know? All these ideas that I got, all these many ideas. One of the things that I want to speak about, I want to talk to young black men that are locked up, incarcerated, or out on the streets or whatever, and they feel like the only way for them to make it in the world is to sell drugs. And you got certain people, they good students and all that, but they wind up selling drugs. And that's destroying our community. We've been knew that. You know, we knew that from such a time. And nobody's even talking about that. They talking about guns and all this about that. Man, nah. It's drugs. Trust me. It's destroying families. Just because it's not killing people just directly as a gun would. It's killing families, man. It's breaking apart families, man. It's taking resources away, taking resources out of our community. We getting locked up for selling drugs, and it's like crazy. From weed to heroin to crack. They got some crazy shit out there now called Molly, which is fucking ridiculous. And a lot of this stuff is being pushed into music. But ain't nobody out there telling nobody don't sell drugs. You don't see that. You don't see no billboard talking about don't sell drugs. And I'm like, yo, it gotta be something else. And with a lot of things, just like, you know, certain habits, if you wanna stop smoking cigarettes, it's not enough to say stop smoking cigarettes. You gotta start doing something else. My thing is, like, yo, stop selling drugs, man. And this is my message. My message is, if you can sell crack, then you can sell a car. If you can sell heroin, then you can sell a house. If you can sell weed, then you can sell the world, man. And what does that mean? It means simply this. Within the drug trade, alright? And I know something about it. I'm not going to say enough to incriminate myself, but I just know about it. You buy something wholesale. You either buy a pound of weed wholesale, a key of coke wholesale, however much units they sell in heroin in wholesale, and then you break it down. You either add something to it, break it down, and repackage it and sell it, right? What I've done in the business that I'm in, I sell shea butter products. I buy bulk shea butter, 50 to anywhere up to 250 pounds at a time. I break it down clean it up, purify it. Then I add scents to it, fragrances. Other ones I add olive oil, coconut oil to it. Make it nice and pliable, put it in a package, have a nice package on it, and sell it. Legally now. So now I don't gotta worry about police looking over my back. I don't gotta worry about somebody trying to rob me, because the biggest targets for people to rob, for robber dudes who rob, which is another craziness, is laziness to me, is people that sell drugs. Because who you gonna report to the police that, oh, I got robbed for the cracks that I had on me? No, that ain't happening. That ain't happening at all. So yeah. Now let me say, when I was saying like, yo, if you sell heroin, you can sell a house. Say when you buy heroin and break it down, you could buy a house and break it down. As a matter of fact, a key of heroin right now probably costs as much as some of these houses out here. They got houses going for $10,000, some for $5,000, $19,000. If you get something on a tax lien system, which is something I'm gonna talk about later, you could buy a house for the taxes that are owed on it. So if somebody hasn't paid their taxes beyond a certain point, and their taxes was like $600, $500, $5,000, $10,000, you could own that house. You could get a house that's valued at $110,000 for $10,000 by you buying the taxes and paying the taxes. Simple as that. And then what can you do? You could sell that house. You pay $10,000 for it, sell it for $20,000. Whatever. Same thing as the drug game. Same thing as the dope game, the weed game, all of that. The same thing. And we gotta think more intelligently, man. We gotta now, like, going to jail is a rites of passage. You got people selling drugs right now, selling crack, selling heroin right now, selling weed for the lifestyle of it. They wanna have it for the lifestyle. And I know, man, I was one of them people. You know what I mean? You sitting there hustling and it's like, yo, you ain't getting nowhere. Hustling backwards. That's just craziness, man. It really is. And I want to talk to people about that. I want to talk to young people about that. Go into these homes, these prisons, these schools. Tell people like, yo, it's a way out, man. And that you don't got to be like how people think, oh, you just got to be humble and work a job. And don't nobody want to work a job. You look at young people, it's like, yo, come on now. You mean to tell me that I got to work at McDonald's? Like, seriously. I got to work at McDonald's. I got to, like, no. I'd rather be on the corner. I'd rather risk getting shot than do that, which is crazy. But it's like, yo, that's what it is. Don't nobody want to do that. Nobody in this country want to do that and picture themselves doing that for the rest of their life. You see certain 60-year-old people working at Burger King and flipping. It's like, oh my goodness, is that my future? Oh, it can't be. Ain't nothing wrong with working it if that's just a stepping stone. If you just work in this joint just to save up your money so that you can invest in something else, invest in your own business, then yeah, that's cool. All the young you see that's locked up, that's in prison for selling drugs, selling heroin, selling coke, selling weed, selling crack, those is entrepreneurs that if they had even just an inkling of what it is that they could do legally, man, they be millionaires 10 times over. Because you don't got to worry about having to pay lawyer fees. You don't got to worry about if you getting robbed because you keeping cash in your house like that and people want to run up in your crib. I know about that. I know about that, man. That shit ain't cool. You keep your money in the bank. Like, yo, my joint is in the bank. Yo, you just click on your phone, look at your bank account and be like, yeah, alright, I got 100,000 in there. Yeah, because I just sold this house. Bought it for 20,000. Sold it for 100,000. Yeah, man, we gotta think. We gotta do better. I gotta do better. And I'm gonna make it my cause, man, to champion and chronicle my thing as I go forward in purchasing houses and purchasing cars and reselling them. So it could be seen, so it could be noted that, like, yo, you could do this. You could do this. There is a glut of houses right now. A glut of houses. And guess what? The prices are starting to go up. They're starting to go up. But even just today, I was looking. They got foreclosed houses still. That bank's got foreclosed houses. Now the houses they've been gutted out and tore up by these fiends that's going and stealing shit for copper. I don't endorse stealing. I don't endorse stealing. That's why I'm talking to people that sell drugs, because it take a certain type of discipline to sell, to actually sit down in one place and sell. But when you're talking about stealing and robbing and putting people's lives at risk and all that type of thing, man, I ain't for that, man. You could sit in jail if that's what you're doing, because I ain't for that, man. Not at all. Not in the least bit. However, if you got the discipline to buy something, process it, break it up, and then sell it, that's smart. So take a certain level of thought process. That's a business. That's what businesses do. That's what all these businesses do. They buy raw material, process it, package it, and sell it. That's a business. And what I'm telling you is, we got entrepreneurs, young black entrepreneurs, that's out there in the world, that's locked up right now, that could be doing so much. This country be so much greater once black people, young black brothers, start selling the stuff that they got. Trust me, this recession, all that, it ain't because there ain't nothing to sell. Man, there's so much stuff to sell. You could sell TVs, you could sell cars, you could sell houses, you could sell bicycles. That's what we out there practicing on them corners. We practicing the art of selling. You know what I mean? We practicing this art of selling. Somebody I knew, right? Used to buy a pound of weed, break the joint down. The way how he packaged it into dime, he packaged the whole thing into dime bags, and he would make it out in a kind of way that it looked fluffy, make it look bigger than it was, when it was actually the same as everybody else. When everybody else was trying to have like little tight small bags, he was like, yo, people like the look of big things. So he put in a bigger bag, fluffed it up, make it look boom, right there. And that's all, man. So if you got something that's in demand that you know gonna sell, if you selling something, say for instance, right, you could go to an auction, an auto auction, buy cars for less than the street value, and then fix it up and sell it. Certain cars might have been in an accident, might only had a little fender bend on it. Certain cars that have been impounded on the side of the road, somebody left it there, didn't know what was wrong with it. You find out it's only the alternator was out or the battery was dead. You replace that and you sell that joint. You might pay like $1,200 for it. $4,000. You sell that joint for $10,000, $12,000, depending. You know? And it's all in your imagination, man. And we could do it, yo. And we don't gotta. That way, you don't have to worry about somebody looking over you. You don't have to look over your shoulder. You don't gotta worry about police looking for you. You don't gotta be like, oh, you hear a siren and it's like, you gotta, you know what I mean? You gotta be on alert now, because you don't know if they coming for you. Nah, man, it's better living than that, yo. And I want to reach the youth. Tell them like, yo, it's a better way. It's a much better way. But yeah, man, you gonna hear more about me. It's my mission. Alright? This is Father Oates, Brother Broccoli, Omar Allen, saying peace.